What if I told you that the deadliest enemy your body will ever face isn't a virus, isn't a bacteria, and isn't something you catch from the outside, that it's something you're born with? Every year, cancer takes the lives of millions, touching nearly every family on Earth. With all our technology, all our Nobel Prizes, all our moon landings, there's still no universal cure. Why? The shocking reason is almost nobody's fault, that because cancer isn't a foreign invader. It's your own cells, following the same biology that keeps you alive. Most people don't realize your body's strengths, especially the sophisticated defenses that make you you, create a hidden weakness that cancer exploits every day. If you've ever wondered why this disease is so tough to beat, the real answer isn't just about medicine. It's about the very story of being human. This is why you need to know how your own body makes cancer so hard to kill. When most people think of cancer, they imagine a clear enemy, that a virus or bacteria that invades from outside, a ruthless parasite to hunt down and destroy. It feels natural to expect a single weapon or simple solution, just like we have antibiotics for infections or vaccines for viruses. This mindset shapes so much of our hope and our frustration. We dream of miracle drugs, a vaccine, a single switch we can flip to turn cancer off forever. But the reality is far more unsettling. Cancer doesn't come from outside. It's not a stranger. It's a twisted reflection of ourselves, our very own cells, our own DNA, gone dangerously off script. Cancer is a master of disguise because it's wearing your genetic uniform. And that changes everything. It means the battle against cancer isn't a war against something foreign, that it's a battle within, where every attack on cancer risks friendly fire. This inside job is exactly why science struggles, and why the solution is nothing like what we expect. But to see why, you have to understand what makes self so hard to fight. Deep inside your body, every second, millions of your cells are making copies of themselves. It's a process so breathtakingly complex and astonishingly precise that it feels like magic, until it isn't. Sometimes a single cell makes a mistake in the endless copying of 3 billion DNA letters. Most mistakes are caught or harmless, but across years and trillions of divisions, tiny errors slip through that little cracks in the code left unpatched. Now imagine just one cell, deep inside your tissues, finally stacked with enough lucky errors to slip past all the normal checkpoints. It begins to multiply unfettered, a traitor, but still officially you. This is how cancer is born. Not in an instant, not from a single blow, but from a lifetime of invisible, microscopic accidents. Here's why this is so terrifying. These rogue cells still look and act almost exactly like healthy ones. Your immune system, that the world's most sophisticated security team, that can't always tell the difference. That's why chemotherapy, radiation, and even cutting-edge drugs so often hurt you along with the cancer. There's no neon sign, no sharp border. It's like fighting a doppelganger who knows all your strengths and weaknesses hidden right inside the crowd. And this isn't just bad luck, that it's the result of evolutionary defenses designed to protect us, now twisted against us. To understand how these mechanisms fail, we need to look at what the body does right, and how cancer turns that strength into its own shield. Your body is a masterpiece of self-protection, an endless network of security systems built by millions of years of evolution. There are tumor suppressor genes, which act like brakes to stop runaway cells. There's programmed cell death, a clever self-destruct button for cells that sense they're going wrong. And then there's your immune system, tireless guards patrolling your tissues, trained to spot invaders and clean up threats. But here's the twist, that these sentinels are experts at catching outsiders, like viruses and bacteria, not insiders masquerading as loyal citizens. Imagine a traitor with a perfect fake ID slipping past every checkpoint. When cancer cells arise, they don't wave red flags, that they whisper, "I'm normal," wearing your molecular fingerprint. That's why treatments like chemotherapy, which target fast-growing cells, end up damaging not just tumors but also hair, bone marrow, and the lining of your gut because those healthy cells are fast-growing too. Doctors are forced into impossible choices: attack harder and hurt the patient, or hold back and let the cancer slip away. It's no wonder patients feel betrayed by their own bodies or frustrated by medicine's limits. Yet this complexity is also the reason we live at all, that these defenses usually keep us safe, adaptable, and alive for decades. The awe is real. Your body's daily miracles and mistakes are two sides of the same coin. But if you want to beat cancer, you have to outsmart your own biology, not just attack it. Let's see what that looks like in real lives. Take the story of a child with leukemia, a devastating diagnosis that was once almost always fatal. Today, thanks to brilliant scientists and targeted therapies, many children survive and even thrive after treatment. The key? Some leukemias have mutated in predictable ways, making them easier to target without as much harm to healthy cells. But for every celebrated success, there's an adult whose cancer keeps returning, refusing to die even after rounds of chemotherapy and immunotherapy. Why? Because their cancer cells have learned to hide from the immune system, changing their appearance just enough to dodge every attack. It's like a criminal constantly switching disguises, always a step ahead of the law. This is why cancer so often relapses and why doctors speak in terms of remission rather than cure. The body's impeccable systems of genetic security and immune precision so good at defending us against the world that become double agents when cancer evolves from our own cells. That tragic irony is at the heart of why, even in an age of medical miracles, cancer remains science's hardest problem, keeping patients and families hoping for just one more shot at beating the odds. Scientists are making breathtaking progress. That immunotherapy has saved lives once thought lost, while genetic profiling helps doctors attack cancers at their roots. Still, the deeper we look, the more complex the puzzle becomes. Most people don't realize we aren't fighting one war against cancer, but hundreds of separate battles, each with its own rules. Your own biology can shift the battlefield at any moment. That's why staying informed, advocating for early detection, and understanding the science matters, that not just for patients but for everyone. The more we learn, the more hope becomes real, and the more you realize just how miraculous your own body is. In understanding why cancer is so hard to kill, we come face to face with an unsettling truth. The very systems that make us strong, resilient, and unique can also become our undoing. Yet, recognizing that our strengths can create vulnerabilities is the first step toward fighting smarter, not just harder. Knowledge is power, that not just in labs and hospitals, but in every conversation and each act of support. If this story changed how you see cancer, share what you've learned or your own experience below. Together, by staying curious, we make progress possible.